Welcome to the newest episode of the Invested Podcast.
Woo.
My name is Terry, and I'm with Tyler today.
Woo! I'm back.
Connor's being educated.
He's got school. He's a nerd.
He's a nerd, but that's fine. School. I'd rather him be at school than just be asleep.
Yeah.
Like he's been before. Today we're gonna talk about
many things.
Many things like It and the Inhumans again, because that's one of our favorite subjects.
Oh no.
We're gonna do a Jumanji trailer talk just real quick because we love The Rock, but we'll get to that as well. But first, we're gonna do some news.
The news. What are our news stories?
Our news stories.
I don't even know.
As you may have heard, Rian Johnson leaves and/or is fired from Star Wars Episode 9.
I did see that.
Yeah.
It sounds like no one really knows what's like. He says one thing, Disney says another or something like that.
There's rumors that he was being, quote, difficult on set. So what I've heard is that he's done a few movies. He did Safety Not Guaranteed. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No, I know about it,
time travel with, I think Aubrey Plaza's in it. Yeah, I've seen it. It was fine. And then he did... from there, off the back of that, because people like to do that thing where they're like, an indie director, direct a big movie.
Yeah.
And so they gave him Jurassic World.
Oh, right.
And it was okay. It was okay. It was fine. But I think the reason why it was fine is because it was Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And then...
Can't really screw that up.
And then he went and did his own, I think it was called The Book of Henry.
I've totally heard of that. I don't think I've seen it.
I've not seen, but didn't do very well with a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.7 on IMDb. And so there's like talk that like Disney was like, that's not a very good movie. Maybe we shouldn't have him do our movie.
Oh, and that came out this year.
That came out this year.
Okay.
Like
so
it's really recent. He was like, it was like a passion project, and they're like, and he wanted like he had a bunch of ideas for episode 9. He was like, yo, I want to do this stuff, and then apparently not. So I don't know if they're gonna get. I don't know who they're gonna get. There's talk that people want. Who's doing episode 8? What was his name?
I honestly don't even know off the top of my head.
8 director.
J.J. Abrams?
Rian Johnson. Wait, no. What? Oh, he was said to. Oh, it's Colin Trevorrow who was fired. Sorry.
Okay, that's
wrong name. Colin Trevorrow was fired from. They want Rian Johnson to do episode 9 because he's doing episode 8. That's what I meant to say. I got the names mixed up.
But this Colin man did
Colin Trevorrow
Book of Henry
did Book of Henry
stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Colin Trevorrow.
Oh, okay. So we were right
wrong name.
That.
Got it. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of firings. I don't know if that's Disney or just these directors or they're just picking bad directors.
I don't know. At least I feel like it's studios. I don't know. At least I read an article about It and how the director was like, maybe it wasn't even the director, maybe it was the screenwriter. I don't know. Someone involved with It was like, this is what I want it to be, and Warner Brothers was like, no, that's not what we want, and then they changed it. Made it what it is now.
Speaking of that, there was the directors, the Duffer Brothers who did Stranger Things, originally came to whatever company it was and was like, hey, we want to do an It movie. And they were like, psh, nah. Psh. And they're like, cool, we'll do our own thing. And then they made Stranger Things.
That's hysterical because...
It's like the same movie, supposedly.
Yeah, watching it, I was like, cool, this is just an even shittier version of Stranger Things.
So, yes, more Star Wars news. The Han Solo director teases speed cars.
Ron Howard?
Speeder cars and cantina fight scene.
Ooh, cantina fight scene would be nice. Is it the Mos Eisley cantina?
Yeah, the Mos Eisley cantina.
Yes, more filth and villainy.
And so we're either going to get, more scum and filth and villainy, and then we're going to get speeder chases and races, kind of like pod races, I guess. I don't know.
I'm into it.
Whatever. I don't really want this movie at all anyway, but...
Me neither, but if it's good, I mean... It'll be entertaining. I like Ron Howard.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I just like, I don't doubt the movie's not going to be good. I just don't want a different Han Solo.
Yeah, no, same.
That's all it is. Like, I don't want another...
You don't need another man playing him.
Yeah, because
he's a one-man character.
It's weird. I don't know. It just feels strange. What's next?
I don't know.
Leonardo DiCaprio has said he wants to star in a Stan Lee biopic.
I did not see that.
Yeah. I just saw that today. Sure.
I'm into it.
I mean, whatever.
As long as he says Excelsior.
Yeah, but I mean,
Are they
curious.
gonna make a Stanley biopic?
I don't know. He says he wants to do it. And I feel like he has so much power in the world now.
That's true.
Like, I want to do this thing, and
People will be like, "All right, we'll make it happen."
All right, we'll do it because it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo wants it. We'll do it.
Yeah, if Leo wants it. He probably could direct it himself. I don't know.
Probably.
Has he directed anything before?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up. Leo. I like just writing Leo DiCaprio.
Leo.
Director? Question mark. Let's go on his IMDb page. What does IMDb stand for?
International Movie Database. I believe.
All right, let's see. Never directed anything. He's been a producer on a few things.
Probably mostly.
Mostly the stuff he's just done. Captain Planet. 2017? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Yeah, Ides of March and things like that. Okay. Aviator.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, makes sense. Well,
that's cool.
That would be fun if he did like a directorial debut and was like, "Hey, I'm Stan Lee" at the same time.
Yeah, I'd be into it.
I'd be okay with that as well.
I mean, I don't know much about Stan Lee's life. That'd be cool.
I know he had there was a lot of like him and like other comic book creators like butting heads throughout his life.
Yeah, makes sense.
But the little bit I know about him is that he actually didn't like create and write a lot of the most famous characters. Like he helped create them, but he didn't like personally like, "Hey, I'm gonna write this."
Yeah, I mean, I feel like one dude couldn't have come up with like Spider-Man.
The way it's like shown, it's like maybe like Stan Lee's like the creator of all of it, but like he's just kind of the creator of Marvel.
Yeah,
and like other characters what came to him, he's like, "Yeah, I like it." He made the originals. He made like Captain America, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and things like that.
Jack Kirby was an important guy too, right?
Yeah, I believe. Jack Kirby. What did he make? Jack Kirby made something important. Jack Kirby.
What did he do?
He is Thor. I'm just taking that because of a picture.
Well,
American artist.
Wikipedia.
Wiki.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. The Avengers, Captain America, Fantastic Four.
All the ones you just listed going to Stan Lee.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, that doesn't mean it's just naval works. Doesn't mean he created the characters.
Totally,
but, like, he might have done, like, books about them, like Captain America and things like that. But they work together, so it's fine. Yeah, that's fun.
That's cool.
I'd be alright with it. I'm sure
I feel like
he can pull it off.
It's only a matter of time before we get a, like, feature film on the history of Marvel.
Yeah, because it's so big. But I think they should wait until Marvel's, like, done with their run, though.
That'll never happen.
At least after the Avengers 4.
Yeah, no. In my eyes. I saw a schedule the other day somewhere, and it listed all the upcoming releases up until like 2019 or 2020, and then it's just like May 1st, 2021, Untitled Marvel film. I'm just like, all right, you guys are just sticking to like the May, July, November for the next like 6 years.
That's gonna get tricky though.
Even if you don't know what's going on yet.
After the 4th Avengers movie,
I think it's gonna have to reset.
Either just stop. I think they should just stop. But like the movies they make are gonna have to be super tricky and well done. Otherwise, it's not gonna it's gonna be the Avengers 4 is gonna be, or 3 even is gonna be the big.
Yeah. It's like everything we've been waiting for.
Like, you can't do anything better than that after that, or big enough, you know? Maybe the movies could be better, but, like, the story, I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, like, where do you go after...
They'd have to be super fancy with it. See, it works in something like Guardians of the Galaxy because it's off-world and it's just, like, kind of... It's fun and it's goofy or whatever.
But, like, where do you go after the friggin' Infinity War?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know. It's just gonna have to... They're gonna have to settle with smaller stories. Yeah. If they make it work well, that's fine.
I think they could.
I think they could, too. Speaking of superheroes and Marvel, Homecoming is now the second biggest Spider-Man film, next to Spider-Man 2.
I saw...
I'm not surprised by that.
No, I saw that it got released finally in China and made $70 million, give or take, its first weekend.
Of course. Okay.
That's ridiculous. That's more than
crazy,
more than It made in one day here, and that was shattering records apparently.
Yeah, that did.
Or at least for horror.
I feel like it shattered records because there was nothing out.
Oh, totally. There's
nothing competing against it. But we'll get into that. The Venom movie production was delayed another month.
I'm okay with that.
I don't think this movie's going to get made, to be honest with you.
Yeah, probably not. It would be dope if it did, but Marvel should handle it.
But also Marvel should handle it. So if they keep having issues, Marvel may be like, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
But it won't be rated R if that's the case, though.
Oh. Why Disney? I feel like Venom.
I'm sure they can make a good Venom movie.
I'm sure they could, but Venom would be great.
Because Venom's not known for him ripping people apart. He's just known for being creepy, and they can make a creepy PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if you've ever been to Universal.
Not in a very, very, very long time.
I've never been to Universal. It's one place I don't know if I care.
I think the last time I went there, I was in kindergarten.
Well, did you go on the Terminator 2 3D ride?
I did not. Are they changing it?
They're closing it after 20 years.
Why? Do people not like Terminator 2 anymore? I've never seen it. I've only seen the first one.
It's probably super outdated.
Probably, so. but I don't know.
Who cares? I mean, people I'm sure care.
People care.
It'll be changed to something similar, and then people will be like, I hate this, and then it's going to be there, and then they're going to be like, I don't mind anymore, because the people will just forget about it.
Like, it's like the how they replaced the Indiana Jones ride at Disney with a Guardians of the Galaxy ride.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's done yet. I don't know.
It's there. I don't think you can go in it yet, but it looks like the junk spaceship, whatever, the junkers, whatever they're called.
Oh, really?
Drive? Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
dope.
That.
Yeah, no, I haven't like looked in on that, but I mean, since I love them, that sounds cool. I love Indiana Jones too, but I remember my dad wouldn't let me go on that ride. He said I was too little.
What, for the Indiana Jones one? Did you go on the Jaws one?
There's a Jaws ride.
I think so. Yeah,
nope.
Pretty sure there is. It's just like a boat, and then like the animatronic comes up.
I didn't know. I did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Isn't that one scary?
I don't know. I think I was in like 6th grade when I did that. I've been to Disney twice.
Yeah.
Kindergarten and 6th grade, and I remember in kindergarten he was like, "You can't go on Indiana Jones," and I was like, "But Dad, gotta raid the Lost Ark."
Gotta raid it.
I actually think it's a Temple of Doom ride, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
Or it was. But yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
Disney.
Yeah. Speaking of Indiana Jones, Shia LaBeouf will not be in this one.
I saw that. I'm so happy.
And I was watching the Screen Junkies movie Fights, and there was a question on like who the sidekick should be, and one of the people on it said, like, because there's always a sidekick. There's always like an extra person.
Yeah.
And everybody threw up pitches of like a new daughter or like something like that. And I was like, that's stupid. Why would you want that? And one person was like, bring back Short Round.
As
an older.
I was
Short
about
Round.
To say, what about Short Round?
And he's like he's like a Nathan Drake type character, and he's just like a total badass. And I was like, man, that would be awesome.
That'd be great.
Because then like people don't like Short Round.
No.
It's like the whole like he's like a racial whatever. I don't care about whatever. It was the time it was, and I thought his character was funny, but.
I just kind of thought it was annoying.
It was kind of annoying.
It's kind of like what they did with Mad Max Thunderdome, where it's like, hey, we got this real cool, badass character. What if we just give him, I mean, in Mad Max's case, a bunch of kids, but in Indiana Jones, what if we just put a kid with him?
See, kids can work like, now. Like it worked in Logan. I feel like a kid.
Oh, totally.
But like sometimes a kid just can ruin it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, especially with Indiana Jones and Harrison Ford being like kind of a jerk in all his movies. He always plays like this really grumpy old man. Redeem Short Round.
Bring him back.
Make him an awesome character. That'd be a lot of fun.
Indiana Jones 5, Temple of Doom 2.
Temple of Doom 2. They go back and get their hearts again.
Yeah.
And they eat them. Is that the one with the monkey heads when they eat the monkey brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. That always grossed me out.
Yeah.
I don't remember that movie that much.
It's probably my least favorite.
Oh, yeah. I think the third one's the best. Sean Connery's awesome.
I know. The first one's so classic.
Anyway, last but not least, Blade Runner 2049. I don't know how much you care about this, but our favorite, the creepy man, Jared Leto. You know Jared Leto.
Well, of course, yeah. He went blind for this movie.
He blinded himself for this movie, yeah. Isn't that the stupidest thing?
I think the director called him Jesus for it.
What?
He someone compared him to Jesus Christ or something.
I don't know. It's like it's.
But so I'm just
trying so hard.
I saw the article on, about it on like Reddit the other day, and I was like, I read the headline, and I was like, I'm not even gonna bother reading this.
I just typed in Jared Leto blind.
But yeah, I saw he like half blinded himself.
Partially blind for Blade Runner role.
Wow.
Because he's blind in the movie, apparently. I don't know.
But
I haven't seen it. But
is his sight gonna come back?
Director says no. I think they're contacts. He entered the room and he could not see at all. That's a quote from the director. Okay. Let me see here. He's walking with an assistant very slowly. It was like seeing Jesus walking into a temple. Everybody became super silent, and it was kind of a sacred moment. Everyone was in awe. It was so beautiful and powerful. I was moved to tears, and it was just a camera test. What?
Joker Jesus.
He's just putting in like contacts and pretend he just could have closed his eyes or something.
Is he really like? I mean, But it sounds more permanent than just contacts.
It doesn't. Let me see.
But partially
film method
blinding?
actor apparently partially blinding himself by wearing sight-limiting contact lenses. Yeah, it was just contact lenses. He didn't actually blind himself.
It's a miracle he's Jesus Christ.
That would have been funny if he actually looked into the sun.
Honestly, that's just... Did he look at the eclipse?
Yeah, he stared at the eclipse for an entire hour straight and was like, all right, I'm good.
All right, I'm ready to act.
I'm ready to act now. My phone is ringing. That's okay. We'll just let it ring. So yeah, I don't like Jared Leto. I haven't really seen him in anything that's been wow, he's good in that movie.
I've heard Requiem for a Dream is fantastic.
Yeah, but I don't want to watch that movie.
It's so sad, apparently.
It's super depressing.
I do want to check it out, but it's super depressing from what I've heard, but also really, really good.
He's been in so many movies. They're old movies. I didn't know he's been around that long.
He was in American Psycho.
How old is Jared Leto? Is he just
the real question?
No, seriously.
Yeah, he has a small role in American Psycho, and that came out
45. I thought he was 27. What the heck? Remember when he had the long hair and he looked like a creep? That was the first time I saw him, when he just walked on and he had this gorgeous, luscious.
Wasn't this around Suicide Squad time?
No, it was after. It was Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh yeah,
got the nomination.
I never
for
saw that.
Supporting actor
I've heard
or
that's
something.
Fantastic as well.
And I remember thinking, who is this guy? And then people told me he was in a band, and I was like, oh, so he just decided to act all of a sudden. But I had no idea he was an actor before that. What was his band's name again?
I believe it was 30 Seconds to Mars.
30 Seconds to Mars.
They're kind of
since 1998. Who are
kind of emo punk pop?
Oh, I can tell by this. He's super edgy pictures.
Oh yeah, dude, he's so edgy.
This is not the picture I selected. What are you doing? Yo, yeah. Oh man, it looks like Green Day, but
edgier.
That's even possible. This guy looks like he got licked by a cow on the side of his head. All right. Jared Leto. I don't like him.
I think, though, partially we're kind of biased because his Joker was awful, and that's all we know him in.
I know him in... Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
I haven't seen him star in anything.
I guess so. I just think he's just kind of a creep in, real life.
It sounded like with some of the Suicide Squad stuff, he was doing some wacky shit that, it's you read about it and you're like, why do you do that? Why?
Sending used condoms to people and, apparently brought snakes on set and, dead
just
rats.
Don't do that. We get it. You're the Joker. You're edgy, but you don't have to be a dick to your co-stars. Come on.
Yeah, they hate it. People, there's talk that, a lot of the actors, Will Smith and Margot Robbie, didn't want to be around him.
What the heck, man?
Which I guess you don't want to be around the Joker.
True. So he might have been doing something right, I guess.
Who cares, though? Why would you do that? All right. Anyway, we can move on. I don't care about him anymore. We're going to talk about Jumanji.
Trailer trash.
Dwayne Johnson stars. I'm worried about Dwayne Johnson, to be honest with you.
Well, why is that?
Because he's in a bunch of movies that haven't been very good. And people are saying that he's reached his peak. But I still like him in the movies that are bad. The movies are bad, but he's always good.
You can tell he's having a great time.
And he's having a blast.
But, what movies recently have been bad? Baywatch was okay.
Central Intelligence was alright.
Central Intelligence was hilarious. I thought that was so funny.
Baywatch wasn't great.
Yeah, it was okay.
And now Jumanji, people are like, ugh, about it.
I don't know. I think it'll be funny. I mean,
the first comment on the trailer says, your typical low-budget 30% Rotten Tomatoes movie remake. I'm like, yeah, it's probably going to be that.
Yeah.
It's probably not going to do well. All right, so it's about these characters. What are the Breakfast Club drag team? It seems
Misfits.
Just typical stereotypes. The hot blonde chick who's oh my gosh, and the nerd kid who's clearly the most stable, but he's just a nerd and no one likes him. Sports jock, and then the nerd girl
Quiet
who's
girl.
really sexy, but she doesn't know it, and the nerd kid is gonna get with the nerd girl, obviously, and she's gonna be he's you're beautiful.
It's I was watching The Office last night and Michael Scott's I forget who he's talking about, but he's oh, he's the hot girl in the movie. She's got her glasses on the whole time. You don't think she's hot. Then at the end of the movie, she takes off her glasses, and she's been hot the whole time. She just had glasses on.
That's going to be this character.
Yeah.
Whatever, and she's going to play... Yeah, okay, so whatever, the redhead chick. They're a misfit they go into it's like Power Rangers, where they're like, did you ever see Power Rangers?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah, so then they go into detention, they go on this adventure together. So, as we see it, the nerd kid, whose name I don't know, becomes Dwayne Johnson, which is, that makes sense. The black kid athlete becomes a shorter black guy.
See, I thought he would have become Dwayne Johnson because he's already ripped.
But that's why they did it.
I get. Oh yeah, make him a little
because then
little scrawny boy.
The hot girl becomes Jack Black.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Which is
turn him into the opposite of what they are.
So the weird part about this is that like you have Jack Black, you have Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, big personality actors, but they can't act like them. They have to act like children.
Yeah.
That they are. So, like, it's going to be super strange. Because then I feel like there's going to be a line from Jack Black that's going to be hilarious. And I'm going to think, that girl's not that funny.
Oh, yeah.
So she has to be that funny and goofy and weird before she turns into Jack Black.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, that's true.
Otherwise, it's going to be like, I don't believe this at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
no way you just came up with that.
It's about characters becoming other characters in a video game. Like, I feel like Dwayne Johnson can play a scared little girl.
Oh, yeah.
Little boy, pretty easily. Maybe this kid can be like Kevin Hart and be funny. And this, I don't know, Karen Gillan, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of her as an actress, but I'm sure she'll be fine.
I've only seen her in Guardians, but Nebula just annoys me.
Nebula just is annoying.
I've heard
she was better in Guardians, too.
I thought so, too. I've heard, I mean, I know people who watch Doctor Who really like her.
Well, people who watch Doctor Who really like everything about Doctor Who, no matter what.
Let's not try to make anyone angry.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I know nothing about Doctor Who,
except that people really like it,
and I don't get it. But that's fine. Like what you like, I don't care. I was gonna say something. Oh, no. Yeah, so when this character, speaking of Karen Gillan or Gillian, is it Gillan? I think it's Gillan. When she first. The picture of her first came out. She was wearing the crop top and the short shorts, and I remember people freaked out. They were like, "Oh, why do you gotta put the girl in the sexy clothes and stuff like that?" But this trailer, she's like, "Why would I be wearing this clothing?" Yeah. So I guess, and because I remember she came out and was like, "Guys, relax. It's part of the movie. Like, there's a reason for that."
Well, of course, there's a reason for it, but everyone's just looking for a reason to get angry about something because no one has anything better to do.
That's exactly. Oh, look at Dwayne's muscles. He's so beautiful. But yeah, so that she says that line, she's like, "Wow, why am I wearing this?" Meh. So whatever. And then there's that one part, so it seems like a typical let's run around Hawaii and show all these different areas that we've seen. But like that one scene, you're like, "Oh, that's Lost."
It's Lost.
That's where they make the golf course in Lost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
That's cool.
Looks like shoddy CGI.
Kind of, a little bit.
Monsters. There's one scene I didn't like at all. When Jack Black's character gets eaten by the hippo, I was like, "What? Why would it just look like slapstick?" I mean, it's
nothing wrong with some slapstick.
Nothing wrong with slapstick.
I love me some good slapstick.
I really like Kevin Hart and Dwayne together, though. They're really funny.
Yeah, we already.
Speaking of trailers, I don't understand this whole thing now. If you go on YouTube and you watch a trailer, it shows it's like a trailer of the trailer before the trailer. See that?
Yeah.
It's so weird. They all do it. They're like, oh, they should do quick flashes of things, and it goes Jumanji, and then it goes into the trailer.
That's really weird.
Everything does that.
I've never noticed that. I don't really watch a lot of trailers on YouTube anymore.
I'm going to type in, Spider-Man Homecoming trailer.
And it's going to be like...
I guarantee it's going to do the thing.
Spider-Man.
Let's just do trailer 1.
Nope.
Oh, not... Because I remember that happened at one point. Where it did show, and I was like, it showed him on the thing, and it was like Spider-Man trailer, and then it showed the trailer. That happens though. I don't know.
That's wacky.
It's super weird, and it seemed like a complete waste of time.
Can never have too much advertising, I guess.
Like, why would you advertise something you're watching?
I don't know.
Anyway, any more thoughts on the Jumanji trailer? I think it's gonna be fun. I'll go see it. Yeah,
it'll give me a good little chuckle.
I don't know how much referencing they're going to do to the original Jumanji.
I haven't seen the original one in years.
One of the Jonas Brothers is in this one.
What?
Yeah. He's going to play, the person who's stuck in the game or something like that.
Was that Robin Williams in the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So it seems. I haven't really read the synopsis. I don't care that much. I haven't...
It doesn't come out till Christmas, though?
Yeah, something like that.
Cool.
So, we'll get that in the Christmas season, and I don't think it'll do well. because we're gonna have Star Wars.
Yeah, that's very true.
We're gonna have Thor just coming off the back of Thor.
Yeah.
And then there's something else that coming out in December that I can't remember. Releases.
I don't know.
December 2014. Let's check.
Because I don't know. I'm really excited for Kingsman coming out this month. That's what I want to see.
Okay, so we have Star Wars. Yes. Oh, that's it? Oh, Pitch Perfect 3 will be coming out.
Yeah.
So those will be contenders. I feel like those will be the contenders. Jumanji and Pitch Perfect.
But then don't forget that Oscar season's going to
Oscar season will start.
Because like that's when I saw La La Land in theaters was winter break last year. So
that's true. Yeah, because it didn't come out that time, did it?
Yeah. We saw it.
It came out right before it. It just stayed in theaters a long time.
Yeah, I think Moonlight was out in the fall, and a few others were out in the fall, but I didn't get a chance to see them then. But it should be getting to be that time of year pretty soon.
Disaster Artist comes out December. I'm very excited about Disaster Artist.
Oh God, yes. Gonna have to.
We have to watch.
Gonna have to go into like Boston to see that. I feel like
we'll pick a night and maybe I do it. Whatever.
Oh, I know.
But we'll have to pick a night. We'll have to watch The Room if we don't get it for our. And watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, we can watch it wherever.
I would love to watch The Room. I'm very excited. The Room. Josh Hutcherson is in this movie. Zac Efron's in.
Seth Rogen too.
Yeah, Seth Rogen plays the director.
Wow, this is gonna be great.
Yeah,
I didn't know this was just a Rogen.
See, he's not even named because apparently we've talked about this before, but Disaster Artist, or maybe you weren't there for that. We talked about Disaster Artist, and so apparently in this movie there was an uncredited director who also co-directed it next to Tommy Wiseau.
Co-directed The Room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he does. No one knows who he is.
That's awesome. I love that.
But he's there, and so that's who Seth Rogen's playing. So if you see his name,
he just doesn't have a name. That's hilarious.
So I wonder if his character's not going to get a name.
I really hope so.
How funny would that be?
Wow, no, I really had no idea. I knew James Franco was involved, but I didn't know this was just going to be like a Franco Rogen movie.
Yeah, it's a Franco Rogen. Dave Franco's in it. Yeah, this is going to be a great one. And there's legitimate talk about James Franco and Oscar. There's Oscar buzz because there's been some early scenes released, and people are like. Damn. Have you seen the trailer for it?
No, I haven't.
All right, let's do a quick trailer watch.
All right.
We're going to pause real quick, and we're going to watch the Disaster Artist trailer. So do you know that famous scene of I did not hit her, I did not. You ever seen that?
Is that when they're sitting on a couch? The only thing
he's on a roof and he throws a water bottle.
I don't know if I've seen that. The only stuff I've seen from The Room are what is in the episode of Tim and Eric Awesome Show where Tommy directs the episode and they show clips from The Room.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I have a
So anyway, this is the trailer. I'll edit this.
And action.
Okay, so we just watched the trailer. So I don't know how exaggerated it's going to be. It's based off a book, The Disaster Artist, which is written by the guy who Dave Franco plays.
Okay.
No, yeah, Dave Franco, the younger one.
Yeah.
The guy with the beard.
Yeah.
He wrote the book about the production, so it's based off that book.
That's awesome.
And so I hope it's accurate, because if it's not,
I do too.
Whatever.
I think this will still be great.
So that was a quick trailer trash about that movie as well. They both look
pretty good. Well,
okay. Disaster Artist, I'm very excited about. Jumanji.
Yeah.
It'll be fun, I'm sure. We can move on. So I want to talk about Inhumans.
Real talk.
Release. So neither of us have seen it.
No.
You've seen the trailers, but are you ready for what it has? Do you know what it has on Rotten Tomatoes?
Can I guess?
Make a guess. Let's see if you can get it.
7. 0? Oh, I didn't want to just... Okay.
I know, right?
That was my first guess, but I was I'm going to give him a little credit.
0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently, it was just no one liked it. People who saw it, and they were like, this is not good. There's nothing good about it. It has all these plot holes. No one cares about it. We're going to read some. Let's see. Inhumans is legitimately the worst Marvel adaptation of the year. Yes, even being Iron Fist, which I didn't think was that bad. In fact, as far as blah, 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 I don't really care about that. I like this one. From what TV critics have seen, Inhumans is awful. There's no fresh, nothing. No one's it was fine. Everybody's I hated this.
Wow. What's interesting, though, is that I was reading a week or two maybe it was last week, an article about how the box office has just gone to crap this whole summer, really.
Yeah.
Especially the second half of it. But apparently, maybe it was last week, they showed the first episode, maybe 2 episodes of Inhumans in IMAX.
Yeah.
And because of the, I don't know, however the money worked out, Inhumans performed better than like the Hitman's Bodyguard and whatever.
Like probably cost extra money.
Yeah, because it was an IMAX. Yeah. So like technically it made more money at the box office than other movies.
I have to say this here, the season isn't out yet technically, but the first 2 episodes have been out and people have gone and seen it. And based off of that, that's what.
Yeah. And the reviews that I read, people were like, "This isn't even ready for IMAX." Like they're like they did themselves a disservice by showing this in IMAX because it doesn't look done.
They filmed the whole thing on IMAX because they were given the material, all the stuff to do it, because they were gonna put the whole thing out IMAX.
Why?
And then they were like, "Crap, we can't do that because no one cares about this enough because they don't have enough of an audience and it's too expensive." So they filmed it in IMAX. If you watch the trailer, it's like filmed in IMAX for the first time, but it's gonna be on normal TV.
Why?
So it's gonna look weird.
Yeah.
Even though it already looks
that dog
weird.
Already looks weird.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the dog.
Oh man, Marvel can do wrong.
There's a lot about this series that's beyond comprehension, human or inhuman. That's the thing about this, though, is that like there was no one who was pushing for this. No one was excited
really
about
wacky.
it. So why did they make it? Is my question. Like,
I don't know. Connor knows the guy's name. I forget, but the Marvel TV man. The Marvel TV man.
I don't think he actually cares. Like Kevin Feige, you can tell, like actually cares.
This TV, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has gone to shit.
Yeah, I haven't watched.
It didn't even take that long after the 3rd season ended, and I was like,
"What's funny is
this is awful."
Once the Inhumans came into it, it got bad.
Yeah.
And so they should have took it. They should have been like, "Oh, okay,
yeah,
the Inhumans are bad. We're not going to make an Inhumans TV show separately."
I love what Connor said about it. He said he watched like the first season or the first episode of season 3 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and watched the last episode. Nothing in between, and he was like, "Wow, nothing has changed since the first episode."
He got everything.
He's like, "I can figure out everything that's happened just by watching the first episode of the last episode."
I hear the newest season after this season that just happened. So 5th,
the one with Ghost Rider.
Yeah, the next season that's about to come out. It's only going to be 14 episodes instead of 23 or whatever.
I feel like that's part of the problem.
That's a big problem because it's so stretched out.
22 or 23 45-minute episodes is way too much.
You get lost. You don't even know where anything is anymore.
I think Breaking Bad did it right, where it was like no more than 13 or 14 45-minute episodes.
The good series only have no more than 15 episodes in a season.
Especially if they're that length.
And sometimes I even think that's too long. Like, I think the Marvel ones, even though they're good, even though Daredevil's really good, Tears of Season 2, I think it was a little too stretched out. I think they should be 10 episodes.
Oh, right, they're 13.
They're 13.
I think that's why I have so much trouble. Like, remember when Daredevil Season 2 came out? I didn't watch it till August, and I still haven't watched Iron Fist. I didn't watch Luke Cage till May.
Yeah.
I just feel it's just so much work, and they're sometimes hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, Daredevil Season 2 I thought was amazing.
Oh, it was so good,
and I loved the Punisher in it. But there were episodes where it's just like, oh, he's just fighting ninjas again.
Yeah,
and that whole storyline just dragged, and I was like, this could have been over 2 episodes ago. So I think 10 episodes would be perfect because the 8 episode for Defenders was great.
Yeah, I still have.
I was I watched 3 episodes. I'm like, I'm almost done.
Yeah,
and the story kicked off. Story took a little bit in the first episode to get going.
Yeah,
but once it got going, it was like, this is it, and this is the whole thing, and that's all you need. Perfect. That's what they should all be. Inhumans is not going to last, which I think I'm okay with.
Yeah. Everyone needs to fail sometimes.
Yeah. So there's not much to be said on that. I just wanted to mention how funny that is. That it's just really bad. We're going to talk about it. Now, disclaimer, this is going to be a spoiler-free review, I think, because personally I have not seen it. Tyler saw it.
I'll do my best.
I've heard a lot about it. I've read a lot of reviews. I've listened to a lot of reviews, and I've seen a few scenes from it. I've gone on my breaks, and I've seen scenes, and I've seen most of the original. So we're going to talk about it. Right now it has an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Too high.
People are liking it. They're saying it's just not scary.
Oh, no, it was not scary at all.
So... I think that's the biggest problem people have is it's just not scary. It's fun and it's cool and the clown looks good and the effects are good, but it's not scary.
The clown looks good, but it just gets old. His shtick in the movie is like, ooh, I'm gonna be far away, and then you're gonna turn around, and then I'm gonna be right behind you and make a scary face.
Yeah.
And that happens so many times,
jump
and like
scares and things like
it's
that.
the whole thing is just jump scares, and it's the clown like making a wacky face running towards the camera really fast, and
which is what I was afraid of. When we talked about
and
it
it
the other
happens
day.
so many times. And after the first one is like, ooh, that's a little unsettling, that's creepy, and then
Yeah,
it's like
it's a little dated.
Then it's
though.
like, all right, this is just the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And
the one of the strong suits. I don't know if you agree with this. One of the strong suits that people are saying are the kids are likable and they work well together.
see, I thought the opposite. I mean, not that the kids aren't likable, but it felt like that the actors didn't know each other before they filmed the movie.
Right.
That they were just like, hey, you guys are friends, go. And I feel like something like that, where this is all about being together, like you need to like actually be buddies with them. I might be totally wrong, but
Yeah.
just from what I thought, it didn't really seem like there was much chemistry going on between them all, and like whatever sentimental moments there were seemed
Didn't seem earned or whatever.
Yeah, they seemed kind of forced.
So to me, this movie feels like it works better. First of all, in pictures, because I'm looking at pictures of him, like, oh, that's creepy.
Yeah,
But so how long was it?
it's 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Too long.
Which is way too long.
If this movie was an hour and 45, and I just think honestly, if it was an hour 45, it probably would have done better. I haven't seen it, so I
They
can't really
wasted
say.
so much time in this movie with just very unnecessary things
Right.
that could have been left out and not affected the storyline really at all.
Something else I heard is that this is maybe spoilers, but I heard it in a review that like sort of they give away the clown and his abilities within the first like 10 minutes of the movie. When you see the kid,
Oh, yeah.
and Charlie, yeah,
Yeah, Georgie.
yeah.
Oh,
And,
no,
like,
it's
that
not-
should have just been like
That's not even 10 minutes. It's like 5.
yeah, okay, so yeah, I feel like that's kind of like a ruining thing.
See,
'cause,
what-
like, he should be a mystery. The less you know about the character, the better. Now, in the book and in the original TV series, a little bit, but in the book, it gives away kind of. There's a whole chapter on where he came from, Pennywise, and it's
that's
not
awesome.
good. No, see, I don't like that. You know,
Really?
I like a character. I think a character is more scary when you don't know anything about it.
That's true. That's true. But part of me is like,
Like, it's okay to go back and look at it and be like, if you're curious, but I'm
Yeah.
glad it wasn't in it. You know what I mean?
no, totally. Because part of me, though, with this is like, but what about Pennywise? Like, why is he just
Yeah.
a clown? Like, he's a shapeshifter. Why is he just a clown? Like,
If you could give a percentage, how much was he in the movie?
he was in it a decent amount. I mean, you mean in clown form or just in general?
In general, I guess. I get in both. How much in clown form?
Probably about half the time you see him. Probably more than half the time you see him, he's in clown form.
Right.
And then, I'm trying not to spoil anything.
I know he turns into other things.
Yeah, he turns into other things, but he kind of appears in places without really showing himself. Like,
Right.
one thing that I thought was kind of cool, and this might be a spoiler, I don't really think it is, but it kind of got old after a little bit because they do it a bunch, but there are at least 2 scenes I remember where, like, a character has the TV on in the room,
Yeah.
and it's a children's show, and you can hear the adult on the children's show being like, ooh, clowns are great. We love clowns. Come float with us. Come take the balloons.
Yeah.
Come float. And I'm like, all right, like,
That got old in the trailer, honestly.
yeah, it's like, cool. We get it. He's influencing people through TV, but like they show it like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
I'm like, all right, like come on, we get it.
Something that's cool about this is that, you know this, but he appears every 27 years
Yep.
in this place. This movie came out 27 years after the original came out, which is kind of a cool thing.
Yeah.
That was fun.
What I didn't like is that they moved it to the 80s.
When does it take place originally?
I was told the
70s,
book takes
right?
place in the 50s,
Oh,
which
really?
makes a lot of sense because in this there's this really weird racial dynamic. There's one black kid in the group who is homeschooled, and there's they're in this movie. They just have the most cliched bullies ever.
Of course, yeah.
And
you can see that in the trailer.
yeah,
actually.
and one of them just makes all these comments about like, ooh,
All right, 1957, 1957.
yeah. So like, spoiler alert, the black kid lives with his, I don't even know, uncle someone, but his parents are dead. They're burned in a fire. And this bully is like, ooh, I wish I could have lit that fire. And I'm like, dude,
Oh, wow. Whoa.
I'm like, dude, it's like 1989. Like, what is this weird racism? Like, this just isn't working. Like, I know Stranger Things was hip and cool in the 80s,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah, it seems
not everything.
I wonder why they would change it.
Yeah, it like that. At least that aspect of
So
it.
part 2 of the book takes place in the 80s.
Yes,
Maybe they did that so that when they make part 2, it'll be modern day.
Yeah, which makes sense, but then it's like get rid of the weird racial dynamic that like didn't really. I mean, not that it didn't exist, but it was definitely
It just
not
seems
as
like it
prevalent.
didn't belong in
yeah,
that
it
time
seemed really
period,
forced, and I was like, this is just really random. He makes like 3 comments on it, and I'm like,
That's
what?
That's kind of like it's kind of like when they took the Leonardo DiCaprio's version of Romeo and Juliet and they set it in modern day.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen bits and pieces of
It's
it.
the worst. That thing is so stupid. And you're just like, this doesn't work. It doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
So part 2 has been confirmed. Same director and everything.
Oh yeah, at the end of the credits it says It Chapter 1.
Yeah, I like that it wasn't marketed as that.
Yeah,
So people are probably like, what?
It Chapter 1. Can I get one for It Chapter 1?
It Chapter 1. First of all, I hate the name It. It's such a pain in the butt, but
Works for the book.
Chapter 2.
20,
Chapter 2.
Someone told me 2019 is when it's supposed to come out.
Let's see if it says anything about it. Are you interested in the sequel?
I'll see it. Because the one thing this movie did do for me, not that it, I hate saying that.
It didn't do
did
anything.
something for me.
Yeah.
It made me want to go and read the book.
Yeah,
I've never read the book.
Read bits of it.
I've never seen the original TV movie. From what I've heard from customers who have come to the theater and seen this, is that Pennywise is great, but doesn't come close to Tim Curry's portrayal.
If you go back and watch Tim Curry's now, it's a little dated.
Oh, I'm sure it is,
especially with the big red nose. I really like how Pennywise looks in this version.
Yeah, one thing I did like too is that he did this really creepy shit where both his eyes would be going in like different directions at the same time.
Aye.
And apparently, I thought this was really cool. The director was like, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna use CGI," and the actor who played him was like, "Nope, I can do this." Like he's like, "I can just do that." So like he'll be speaking to one of the kids, and the camera will be on him, but like one eye is looking to like the left, and one is looking right, and it's just like,
how does someone do
it's
that?
real creepy.
Yeah. So Chapter 2 says 2019 it'll come out.
Yeah, someone told me that the other night at work.
Yeah. That seems. I mean, whatever.
It's
kind of a cool idea.
It's selling a lot
like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see. I had no idea that the book was like flashbacks.
Yeah, because that's why the miniseries is so long. It's got this part, and then it ends, and then like part 2 of the miniseries
that makes
when they're
sense.
adults. And that apparently that's the part that seems weird because you're like, oh, this story is resolved, and it's not, and it continues. So I think it works better than one movie sequel. That's kind of a cool idea. It's something you don't see in horror movies a lot. Usually the sequels are like new people, same villain.
Now they are, yeah.
Now they
I mean,
are.
back then, or back in the day, at least with like some of them. I know, like Friday the 13th. Maybe I might be wrong, but I feel like they, at least for the second one, they got like one main act, like the main girl to come back, and then after that, she's
or like Alien or whatever. But
yeah.
So you like horror movies more than I do,
I do.
or you just watch more. Honestly, it's not even about.
Yeah.
But do you think this is a step in the right direction for... Because horror movies have just been bad for the past 15, 20 years. Like, there hasn't been really a good one that you can talk about. You know what I mean?
I suppose. I mean, to be fair, I've only really watched old horror movies.
Yeah, but because there aren't really any...
No, yeah. But I haven't...
There are, but then some of them are good and fine, but nothing's been like, wow... Great movie,
like I haven't spent a lot of time focusing on newer ones. A few that I've seen recently, I didn't watch them recently, but The Descent from 2006 is really, really, really good.
Yeah,
that movie is.
Is that a thriller or is that a horror movie?
It's a horror movie.
Okay,
I mean,
so
it's
like
it's
a
kind of
classic monster horror movie. That's what I'm talking about. Just like classic monster.
It's
kills a bunch of people.
A group of girls go cave diving in like West Virginia. Cave collapses and they're
I know what
they're
that is.
creatures
Yeah,
that
creature
eat
things.
what like
yeah.
It was It was terrifying.
I've seen bits and pieces.
It was terrifying for like the first 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
And then once you start to see the monsters, it's like
that happens.
Okay, like I feel a little better, but also part of that is just the claustrophobia that makes you feel because they're crawling through caves and it's
so
dark.
I guess I should say, is this a step in the right direction for a classic style horror movie? Like if they were to make a new Jason, which they shouldn't, but if they were. Hopefully, this could influence it and make it like
I don't know, because like
less corny.
But I thought this was corny though.
Yeah, because people, what I've been hearing is that it's we'll look at some reviews, but
I thought it was corny. Like
I thought it was corny.
Yeah, and the writing was probably the weakest part.
Yeah, that's to be expected.
Each kid had their own like role. You know, they're like, ooh. This is what I'm all about, and I'm gonna stick to it. Like the Stranger Things boy, Finn, whatever, Wolf, something. His character's thing, and I read that this is in the book, but he's like he just like talks a lot, says a lot of dirty shit.
Yeah.
And like some of them are some of the shit that he says is like pretty damn funny, and then some of it's like, all right, like
that was weird.
Come on, dude, like you're trying too hard here, and. The kids just, it feels like each kid is like, cool, this is what I'm about, this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to make these comments, you can learn to anticipate them, and like, I don't know.
Yeah, so what I'm seeing here is a lot of the negative reviews are, it was okay, wasn't very scary.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And that could be because of just kind of like a desensitized world we live in now. People are just like, meh, not that scary. I mean, I'm sure people were afraid of clowns or think it's scary.
Yeah.
Everything else, people like, great performance by the guy who played him.
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård, which is weird because his dad...
Is that Thor's friend?
Yeah.
His dad?
His dad is
he's
the guy,
his name?
he's from Thor. He plays the doctor or whatever.
Yeah.
The professor. He's in, he plays the professor in, what's that movie? That Matt Damon movie? The Apples movie. Good Will Hunting.
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
So, like, he's a big actor.
Yeah.
So, like, this guy's
That's
just kind of...
And I mean, he was the
kind of a creepy looking guy.
Since I haven't seen the original, the TV series to compare it to, but the first scene with Georgie when Pennywise is in the sewer was really.
I heard that's the best scene.
It probably is. Yeah. It's really creepy because it's just
looks good too.
Yeah, it does. It's shot pretty nicely and it's done well. But one thing is too, the movie had no color. Everything was just gray.
Yeah.
The whole thing was just gray.
Like, I understand why they made the clown not bright colors. It's less scary. That's the one thing. I think that's my personal gripe about the original It, is the clown's colors. He's wearing bright yellow. Here, we'll look at it.
Yeah.
Bright.
But I feel like it's possible to make a horror movie with some colors in it, like.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
And
like in the town. Like, why wouldn't?
Yeah. Everything's just so bland, and it's like cool. I don't know.
Why is this so difficult? Yeah, see, he wears like yellow jumpsuit type. What
the
heck is going on?
Entourage.
Here? Why are there so many weird?
Just type in Pennywise.
Stephen King's It. Yes.
Oh my! That's amazing.
He wears like this. It's just like it's like not that scary, you know.
I love his hair.
Yeah, and his hair, and he's got a big nose, and
wow, that's awesome.
Like he's scary. Definitely.
See, I feel like that's more creepy because it's like that could be a nice clown. Pennywise just looks like a creepy fucking clown.
Yeah, I guess.
Or the current one, the modern one. But that, like, he's kind of got a Ronald McDonald-y vibe.
Yeah, maybe they based it off of him. But I also see why they didn't make it exactly the same because they didn't want it to.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you gotta mix it up.
You gotta mix it up. Otherwise, we'd have been like, this just looks like a rehash of the original.
Yeah.
But yeah. So overall, you didn't give it a very good grade, but would you tell people to go see it? Would you recommend it anyway?
I'd say so. I mean, I was interested in it, and I saw it. Yeah. So if you're interested in it, go see it.
I'll definitely see it. I mean, the thing is about that is that like I know so much about it already, and I've seen so many scenes. And in one of my creative writing classes, we read a lot of scenes from the book. Okay. For like, because we had to do a project, we had to do like a scary thing, like a horror type thing. So like we're gonna read a chapter or whatever. So I know a lot about it.
Yeah.
And I know all the beats of it already. And I don't know if that's because of trailers and people talking about it, and it's just a super, like, predictable story.
Yeah, it's so predictable, and they don't do anything to help that. Like,
Like they didn't add anything really
a big problem.
spectacular.
Probably one of the biggest problems I have was that, you know, they show Pennywise right off with Georgie, but that's it. Like, there's no exposition. It's kind of just like, hey, here we go. And then the exposition kind of happens in the middle of the film, weird, yeah. Where there should be action or something else going on. Like,
I feel like either no exposition at all would be fine.
Yeah,
that's kind of a cool thing, and it's a risky move. But like to feel like, oh, you know, let's just throw you, because those kids were just thrown in the middle. of
Totally.
It, you know, so that would have been fine.
And there's so many moments where, like, one kid goes, like, they do like this little monologue, and they're like, hold on, like, I'm gonna tell you my life story real quick, and the camera's just gonna zoom in on my face, and everyone's gonna look away, and I'm gonna get really intense. Like, a lot of the details were just like, we're just gonna tell you everything that you need to know, instead of like showing it to you and letting you figure it out on your own. Like, watching it next to Michael, there were so many lines that the kids would say, like, a plot device. They'd be like, oh, so he changes shapes, and Michael would just, I'd hear him go, ding ding, like, you got it.
Oh, geez, yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah. I mean, there's some stupid people who go see movies like that, so whatever.
No, I know.
It's just kind of the age we live in of these newer horror movies too.
There's I don't know. I'm gonna get into spoilers if I keep talking.
Yeah, well, eventually we'll talk about it. If it's worth it, eventually we'll talk about it. But yeah, I guess that's that for that.
That's it.
Go see it, I suppose.
See what?
See it, I suppose.
See what?
It, I suppose. Dang it! I hate this. We should do opinions from the future.
Oh no!
Opinions from the future.
Yeah, I know. Where's Connor?
I know, he's so good at this.
He's so good.
I just kind of roll with it when he says.
It's 5 years, right? So it part 2 came out.
Yeah, that's where that orgy scene went. They just started off with the orgy scene.
Yeah, they just kind of threw it in there.
I've read so much about that orgy scene in the past couple of days.
There's so many articles about it, and now it's finally come to fruition. But they're not.
It happened.
They're not 12-year-olds, so it's okay.
No, they're adults, so it's legal.
This movie was rated X, which I was surprised about. And you know, you had to go to like one of the adult films places to see it.
Had to watch it in a booth.
Yeah, you had to watch it in a booth. You had to watch it in a booth. Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Shit.
That got a little real. What else did we talk about earlier today?
Jumanji was okay.
Jumanji was fine. I thought the 5 sequels afterwards coming out year after year, a little bit much.
Many, especially after The Rock left.
Yeah, and it just was straight to VHS, which is weird because they don't make VHSs anymore. So, like, no one was able to see them. I did because I still have a couple VHSs in the basement. But
do you have a VHS player?
Yeah, VHS players. I do. I have 2 of them.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's more than I have.
I had to dust them off.
2 more than I have.
Do you want to borrow them so you can watch Jumanji part 2, 3, and 4?
Yeah, Jumanji 2 through 4.
Yeah. Oh, man. Great stuff, but not really. Anyway, I don't even remember what we talked about today. Jared Leto. He's actually blind now.
Yeah, Jared, he fully blinded himself for a role.
Yeah, he looked at the newer eclipse that happened a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he cut off one of his hands, too, to play Hook, so that was kind of weird. Anyway, that's all I got.
Me too.
Good stuff. Thanks for listening, if you did listen. And if you didn't listen, it doesn't matter because you can't hear this.
Yeah, you won't know what's going on
We'll be back again. Connor will be here, hopefully. If not, we'll figure it out. We always do. That's the beauty of having 3 people, is we can just kind of siphon.
Someone will be here.
Someone will be here. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe we won't.
Who knows?
Tune in next time on Stranger Things Season 5.